what we're going to do is we're going to come onto our back with a bit of a prop. So if you have a bolster, you can use a bolster. We're just going to come into a little bit of a chest opener. So if you have a bolster, what you can do is you can put the bolster along the back here and just lie over the bolster. If you don't have a bolster, a couple options for you. You can use your pillows, giving yourself a little bit of a backrest. So the idea here is that the chest is a little bit high, so the arms can hang down a little bit. And the blocks or the kind of pillows can just be a little bit above the hip crease there. Alternatively, if you have your blanket, you can always just roll up a blanket until kind of a mini log roll or like a mini bolster. And just use that as a little bit of rolled up height. And just find yourself lying down. You can always use a pillow for your head. So take your time right now to make yourself super comfortable. So the idea of this class is that you find yourself in all the right restorative poses. So please take your time to find these positions. Play with the props as much as you need to throughout. If anybody ever has any questions about a specific pose, you can just unmute yourself and ask me. Good. So, as we find ourselves lying here, I want us to start tuning into the breath a little bit. So just find yourself comfortable. What we're going to do is just kind of tune into your face. Tune into what your face feels like. Are you kind of clenching through the jaw at all? Can you part your lips slightly? Maybe if your teeth are clenching, relax the jaw just slightly. The tongue can be touching the roof of the mouth. So find some stillness through the facial muscles here. And that'll allow you to breathe a bit easier, with a little bit less tension. Find yourself relaxing through the jaw, and relaxing through the neck, and through the tops of the shoulders. So the hands just on the side, opened up. And you can have the arms out as much as you'd like. So if you'd like the arms out into a full T position to open the chest, the elbows can always be bent, palms facing the ceiling. So just keep the arms somewhere that feels nice and relaxing for you. And as we're finding this position here, we're coming into that breath awareness. So just checking into how you're breathing tonight. How you're breathing the end of a so-called weekend. How you're breathing before you're starting to wind down for the rest of the evening. And just tuning into where that breath might be holding. If you're having a hard time breathing into the belly, are there any areas of the body that are feeling a bit more tension? Is there any space that you're having a hard time letting go? Just letting that be there. Letting yourself find that space to forget about everything else and just come into the sensation of that breath. And as we're inhaling here, we're inhaling through the nose. And as we're exhaling through the nose. And as we're breathing here together, we're going to start to bring some awareness into the length of the breath. So I'll lead us through a little counting of the breath. And we'll slowly increase from there. So take an inhale in for 2, 3, 4. Exhale out for 2, 3, 4. Inhale in, 2, 3, 4. Exhale out, 2, 3, 4. Inhale in, 2, 3, 4. Exhale out, 2, 3, 4. Inhale in, 2, 3, 4. Exhale out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale in, 2, 3, 4. Exhale out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep breathing with this pace. To keep breathing as we're slowly starting to lengthen that exhale. By lengthening that exhale, kind of bring a little bit of a longer breath cycle in, a bit easier to get that length through the breath cycle. So we're going to add in a little bit of a hum tonight. And so kind of a hum brings a bit of a vibration in through the neck. A little bit of vibration in through those muscles inside the neck, helping to kind of relax through one of the nerves that control our body systems. Helps to release some stress too. So on your next exhale, just think of humming without opening your mouth. So just a use that kind of out just as long as you can. And then inhale in, back again. And then do that a couple times. So kind of come through a couple breath cycles of Once you've done about 3 cycles of that, come back into the breath. And I'm going to count us through again. And see how that kind of helps to lengthen the breath as we go through. As we inhale in, 2, 3, 4. Exhale out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale in, 2, 3, 4. Exhale out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just continuing on your own pace. Again, just working to keep that nice rhythm in, that nice rhythm out. And as our eyes are closed here and we're breathing in with that intention of bringing that nice breath in through the body, I'm just thinking of bringing that breath nice and low into the belly, expanding that breath throughout the rib cage in a full 360-degree manner. So nice full expansion as if our belly is a big balloon and we're opening on all sides. And as we're lying here, just starting to bring awareness to any thoughts you don't want to have. If you have any kind of lingering worries from the day, any anxieties of the upcoming week, any feelings of stress, any unhappy thoughts, you're just going to put those into a visual balloon that's just floating on the base of the belly here. So as we're breathing here, we're kind of bringing any of those thoughts, those negative intentions, just letting them kind of float in that balloon, just on that belly. Letting yourself bring your attention to what you don't want so we can create room for what we do want. As we take a deep breath in, we're going to exhale out the mouth with a big sigh. And as we exhale out the mouth with a sigh, you're going to continue on your own breath here. So just breathe in through the mouth, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Just picture that balloon kind of getting some air, and that balloon starting to float away. And as that balloon kind of lifts up and floats away, it brings with it any of those negative things we don't want to bring in to our day and to our thoughts. Just let that float away. Let your exhale release all that negative energy that tension. So as we inhale, we bring in some more light, some more positive energy. Just exhale, let anything you don't want go. One more breath like that as we inhale in. And exhale, just let it all go. Beautiful. So from here, we're slowly going to move over into our next position. So we're just going to roll over into a fetal-like position. So just rolling over slowly off of your prop. You're going to find another one of your props. And so if you do have a bolster, you're just going to put your bolster on the side. So let's actually all come to our left side so we're kind of uniform here. So if we're onto our left side, your bolster can be on your side rib cage here. You can have a pillow or have an arm for the head here to give yourself some space. Again, if you don't have that bolster, we can use our rolled up blanket. Give yourself a little bit of lift on the side body, or alternatively using a pillow too. If you don't love that and you can't find a comfortable position, get rid of the bolster, get rid of the prop. You can use a pillow for the head and just come into a little fetal position here on that left side body. Again, taking the time to find that position, find that comfort. As we're here on the left side, we're just going to visualize opening up that right side body. So as we're coming back into that nice breath awareness, we're inhaling in nice and long as that right side opens up. And exhale, right side softens. Good, inhale. Opening up that right side. Exhale, soften. Just keep working on your breath cycle here. Keeping your eyes closed. Keeping yourself with the intention of comfort as we're moving through the practice together. And that comfort can be multiple things. We can have the physical comfort of finding a good position, of using your props. You can have the mental comfort of finding some space, finding some relaxation with the breath. You can have that communal comfort knowing that we have people around us supporting us, people in our lives, and bring us that joy to allow us to feel more comfortable in every day. And taking a few moments here, maybe taking the time to breathe in. Again, with each breath, thinking of that nice low expansion. So the breath comes all the way towards that belly button, all the way to that right side. Using that comfort here. If you ever find that your mind starts to wander, that you're looking forward to the end of the class, or you're thinking of what you're going to do for the rest of the evening, just come back to that breath and just start to count your inhale and count your exhale. It also tells you a lot of how you're breathing. So if you're inhaling and only counting to 2 breaths and exhaling and only counting to 2 breaths, we're having quite shallow breaths. So we want to see if we can kind of slow things down a bit, tap into that parasympathetic nervous system, tap into that relaxation response. And just breathe slowly and breathe with intention. The longer you allow yourself to breathe, so we're holding these poses a bit longer. In restorative yoga, we typically hold them for at least 5 minutes to give that nervous system that chance to settle in and to find that comfort and to find that breath. So just allowing yourself to take the time. And take the time that we often think we don't have. Taking one more breath on this right side of opening that right side rib cage. As you exhale, you can always sigh that exhale out, just letting it go from the side. We're going to transition slowly. So as we transition, make sure you go with intention. You keep your eyes closed. You move subtly here. We're going to roll over towards our hands and knees. Roll up to give yourself some space. We're going to use our props for a supported child's pose. And so again, any prop we have kind of comes inside the legs. And so the legs going to be nice and wide here. We can always use our blanket to support the back of the thighs against the backs of the calves if you're having a hard time kind of kneeling a bit lower. If you don't have the bolster, again, prop up some pillows. You can always use some blocks and some pillows to give yourself some height. Once you find that height, we're going to start with our left cheek on towards that bolster or prop. And again, if that feels too low for you, make sure you prop up that prop with something else. Because you want to find that depth of that pose that you can really let yourself relax into. Again, if it's not comfortable, you're just going to be distracted the whole time. So the point of restorative is that we find that comfort. We find that support through their props. And once we find that position, you can come your eyes closed. And just seeing how that breathing feels here. You might bring some awareness now into the prop. And as you're breathing in, maybe you feel your belly pushing a little bit in towards the prop or in towards the thighs. You can get that breath nice and low into that lower rib cage, towards that lower belly. And as you're breathing here, bring a bit of that visualization into that low back as well. So as we're supported here with the bolster alongside our chest, can you think of your low back? Just bring all your attention to that low back, bring some love to that low back, and just think of that breath helping to expand some space in that low back. So you can almost think of that breath kind of lengthening through that lower rib cage to that low spine. And give some areas of the low back that you want to bring that air to. This helps us to think of that 360-degree expansion of that breath. See if it helps to lengthen that tailbone a little bit more towards the ground. Just taking some time here on your own without my cues. Just seeing where you can take your own awareness. Letting that breath guide that awareness for yourself. And gently changing the cheek position. So if your left cheek was on your bolster, just look the other way so your right cheek is now on your bolster. Giving both sides of your face some love tonight. And just resting here. Taking one more breath on this side here. And again, taking your time with the exhale. You can always exhale out the mouth as we transition. Just bring yourself up off the bolster with nice slow movement. I'm going to change the block position again to come onto the other side of your fetal position. So now we're moving over to that right side of the hip. Again, taking your time to find that position. So again, if your bolster is too high, you want to use a pillow or a rolled up blanket. It's just on top of kind of your pelvic bone alongside that lower rib cage, just to lie over top. Again, making sure your arms aren't too compressed, so no kind of pins and needles forming, so have some space in the shoulder. Maybe kind of roll one shoulder forward on the lower side. Again, using as much pillow support as you need to find an opening on the other side. So as we're on that right side body now, thinking of that left rib cage. And so as we're breathing in here, thinking of bringing that breath expansion open to that left side. Letting yourself feel that nice fresh air. And taking the time on your own awareness here. And taking the time to slow down. Always bringing yourself back into that breath cycle. So if your mind is wandering again, just let yourself count your inhales and count your exhales without causing too much tension or overthinking it. Taking a few more moments on this side. Taking one more nice inhale in and exhale out the mouth if that feels nice. And just slowly roll off of your props. We're going to come back towards our backs. We made a full circle here. I'm going to be using the bolster shortly for the thighs. And so as we roll into the back, you can keep a pillow or your blanket handy for your neck if that's comfortable. And keep the higher block or higher pillow closer to the thighs just for a second. As we lie into the back, just bring those knees into the chest for a little bit of a cuddle here. So again, we're just going to rock left and right here as we're holding ourselves in to a little bit of a ball. And then holding that right knee into the chest as we soften a little bit. Right knee into the chest, left leg nice and long. Just coming into a little bit of a twist, leading with this right leg. So left hand just helps that right leg across the body. Again, you can stack the hips here. You can always use your bolster or your blanket as a prop for that leg. So if we're in this position, we can open ourselves up on that right side. So into the gym, this is your open book exercise. I'm just gonna hold that kind of opening. And so as long as the arms feel supported, the knee, elbows can always be bent. You can gaze to that right side. You can keep your head into the center. Again, just use the support into this twist. So keep your right leg elevated on your bolster or pillow. Again, find that comfort in this position, comfort in the twist. On your next inhale, bring that right arm over the body towards that left arm. So now both arms are on that left side. Take a nice deep breath in through here. And as you exhale, start to roll onto the back. Just move that props and move your pillow or your bolster towards the other side. And start with that left knee just in towards the chest here. And then support your right hand with the left leg across the body. Kind of shimmy over as much as you need to find that stacking of that left hip on top of the right hip. And come into the arm expression that feels good for you. So both arms can be opened out into your T position, elbows can be bent, or both arms onto the right side. Again, taking the time to find the twist on the other side. The twist that feels good.
Stuck in my hips.
And taking a nice deep breath here. As you exhale, bring that hand over so it comes back to that same side. And slowly let yourself roll over onto your back. We're going to prepare for final Shavasana here. So if there's any more kind of knee to chest or any kind of little wiggles you want, please do them. Otherwise, I want to use your prop tonight underneath the thighs. And so bring that prop that you have that's a bit higher, so either a rolled up blanket or pillows underneath the thighs here. Legs can be nice and wide, and feet can kind of turn out a bit just to open up those hips a little bit. You can always have a pillow for the head if that feels necessary. If you have an extra blanket that goes on top of you, make yourself a little kind of bed here. Palms can face up towards the ceiling. If you have a towel or an eye pillow, you can cover your eyes here for a bit more solitude, a bit more darkness in the room. So again, just find that really comfortable final Shavasana here. I'm going to keep that breath awareness going. We're going to bring in a mantra. So, a mantra is essentially kind of a phrase that we repeat. The more that we repeat that phrase, the more it resonates with the body, the more that we believe that phrase. Oftentimes, you can choose a mantra that feels right for you. Tonight, we'll do one together. So, what we'll do is we'll inhale nice and deep, and just exhale. Again, inhale and exhale. As you inhale, think I am. Exhale, at ease. Inhale, I am. Exhale, relaxed. Just repeat these words in your own head. Inhale, I am. Exhale, at ease. Inhale, I am. Exhale, relaxed. Inhale, I am. Exhale, at ease. Inhale, I am. Exhale, relaxed. Inhale, I am. Exhale, at ease. Inhale, I am. Exhale, relaxed. Inhale, I am. Exhale, at ease. Inhale, I am. Exhale, relaxed. Inhale, I am. Exhale, at ease. Inhale, I am. Exhale, relaxed. Inhale, I am. Exhale, at ease. Inhale, I am. Exhale, relaxed. Just taking this time, you can continue to repeat that in your head. I'm just going to read a little bit of a saying, a little quote here. And just continue to breathe and feel that relaxation. Now is the accepted time, not tomorrow, not some more convenient season. It is today that our best work can be done, and not some future day or future year. It is today that we fit ourselves for the greater usefulness of tomorrow. I'm just using that saying to remind ourselves that we have that potential every day to bring in this self-awareness, to bring our greater self each and every day. I'm just taking the time here in our final Shavasana. The meeting will be ending shortly, so I'd please encourage you to spend some extra moments in the final Shavasana. I will be reopening the meeting, and so once you're kind of finished with your Shavasana, feel free to open up that same link again, and then we can kind of say a proper goodbye if you'd like to. And there's no need for that, but it'd be nice just to say a final good night. As we find this relaxation here, try to keep it through the rest of the evening. Maybe read a book tonight. Maybe spend some time with loved ones. A phone call. Something that kind of brings you some joy tonight. And I hope it brings you a nice sleep and a nice start to your week. So I'll log us off here, but please feel free to log back in a couple moments. Namaste.